My second task is really a pleasant one. I'm really delighted today to be able to present our commencement speaker. Louise Phanstiel received her BA in accounting from Golden Gate University. She is a certified public accountant. She's a former partner of Coopers & Lybrand, now Price Waterhouse Coopers, and she's been, in all her life, she's been involved in life and property and casualty insurance, high technology, and higher education. She's held several important positions at WellPoint Incorporated from 1996 to 2007. Among those, she was President, Specialty Products, 2003 to 2007, Senior Vice President, Chief of Staff, and Corporate Planning in the Office of the Chairman from 2000 to 2003, and Senior Vice President and Chief Accounting Officer, Controller, and Chief Financial Officer for all WellPoint Incorporated subsidiaries, including Blue Cross of California from 1996 to 2000. Louise is retired. She retired in 2008, but currently serves on a large number of boards and is extremely active on those boards. It was our pleasure to recognize Louise in 2011 as Alum of the Year at Golden Gate University. And I'll never forget her comment at that time. When asked about the award, she said, "I feel honored and grateful if my story can help inspire and help someone else or some other woman who wants to take the world on by the tail." Ladies and gentlemen, that's the kind of guest speaker you have today. She's one of ours. We're delighted at Golden Gate to present to you Louise H. Phanstiel.
Thank you for that kind introduction, President Angel. And congratulations to the graduating class of 2014 and to your families and friends. I am so honored and humbled to be here with you today and to enjoy the celebration of our graduates' hard-earned achievements. When President Angel asked me to be your commencement speaker, I was both blown away and elated. And then reality hit me. I'm an accountant and proud of it, but I am not a public speaker. After considerable reflection, I realized that what I want to share with you today is something that took me many years to figure out. It is that the most important job title you will ever have is CEO of me, especially beginning right now. Congratulations on your new promotion. I did not coin the phrase or idea of CEO of me. The book CEO of Me was written by Ellen Ernst Kosick and is focused on the ideas of individuals taking charge of their personal work and life balance. My concept is different, and perhaps while not as erudite, it comes from the School of Hard Knocks. So what do I mean by CEO of Me? It starts with the concept that nobody cares as much about your career as you do, and no one else is responsible for the advancement of your career other than yourself. Oh, sure, you can have a mentor who can provide you with useful advice, but it is up to you to define and achieve your unique personal and career goals. Only you can deliver results on the job as well as build your own brand and business contacts. Now, I'm from Tennessee, and Southerners are great storytellers. Let me share a few about my journey. My college experience was perhaps a bit like some of yours. I briefly attended 2 other universities before Golden Gate. I didn't really gain any traction because I had no game plan. Having given up on college, I drove to San Francisco with just $200 and for no particular reason other than I had to get a job. I took a Kelly Girl assignment as a secretary to the purchasing agent for a small hair products manufacturer. After a few months, the owner asked me to learn cost accounting to help the purchasing agent, and he paid for a course at Golden Gate. I had no intention of pursuing a degree at that time. It turned out, however, that I liked accounting, was good at it, but still had no clue how to leverage it into a career. I just wanted to please my boss and keep my job. Back then, I was not the CEO of me and was letting others influence the direction of my life. Being the CEO of me also means that you should manage your career like you manage a business, with an annual, multi-year, and strategic plan. And as any business, you need to continuously evaluate progress against your planned goals and make mid-course corrections if appropriate. Like many of you, I worked during the day and attended Golden Gate at night. I was 28 when I graduated, so I had to catch up quickly with my peers. I did not have room for career experimentation or youthful adventurism, so joining the Peace Corps was not an option for me. I needed a plan badly, but I still didn't have one. I went to work in the payroll department at a large regional bank. When I couldn't get a job in the bank's corporate accounting department because the CFO wanted accountants with previous Big 8 experience, I naively applied to all the Big 8 public accounting firms, only to be resoundingly rejected by all but one. Coopers & Lybrand was the only Big 8 public accounting firm who would consider hiring a person like me. After all, I was not a freshly minted 22-year-old college graduate. But because I had good accounting skills, along with business experience, they actually hired me as a second-year staff person. My first year at Coopers was challenging because I had no knowledge of their way of doing things, which is usually what you learn as a first-year staff person. I was working for people that were 5 years younger than I, and I realized I had to work harder just to catch up with even the newest first-year staff person. Once I learned the basics, however, my bosses could see my previous work experience gave me a firmer grip on the business activities we were auditing. Once I was promoted to manager, I finally took control of my career. I decided that I loved the accounting profession and set a personal goal of becoming a partner. This was my first real step in becoming the CEO of me. Give me a lever and a place to stand, and I will move the world, so said Archimedes in the 3rd century before the modern era. He was a Greek mathematician, physicist, engineer, inventor, and astronomer. And as one of the leading mathematicians in classic antiquity, Archimedes understood how to leverage his skills to develop important civilian and military applications. I needed to strengthen my skills and, like Archimedes, to find a platform to make partner. The process was not about time and grade. It required a multi-year plan of building up technical and networking skills. I also had to demonstrate that I could build up a big book of new business. Had I realized at the time that only about 4% of all partners in all the Big 8 accounting firms were women, I might have prematurely given up. When I was first recommended for partner, the Los Angeles office was only allowed to admit one partner to the firm. In all modesty, I thought I had the best shot, since I clearly had demonstrated deep technical expertise in insurance, developed several new clients, continually improved the profitability of my client billing, and wrote national training courses. A peer, who was also nominated, only had one client. He had done little of the other things necessary to demonstrate he could expand the firm's business and profitability. However, he was admitted into the partnership over me because his client wanted him to be the partner for one of their Alaskan subsidiaries. So the client got what it wanted. I was devastated. What happened to the concept of meritocracy, and where was Archimedes when I needed him? For a few months, I held my own pity party. I complained to others about how unfair the process was. During one of my woe is me complaining sessions, one of the senior partners, Carl Schroeder, looked at me and said, "Why should we make you a partner if you can't pick yourself up and prove to us that we should make you a partner?" He was right. How I responded to such a disappointment would tell the firm more about my character, determination, and true desire to become a partner more than anything else. So I put my big girl panties on, followed Carl's advice, and with his support, I made the partner the very next year, still in record time. This was neither the first nor the last time in my career that I did not receive a promotion I believe I earned or the job I wanted, and it will also happen to you. At these moments, you have a choice of having your own pity party or using it as a learning and character-building experience to make you better or stronger. Yet, opportunities come in all shapes and sizes and often unexpectedly. They give you pause to consider whether you still want to stick to your plan or whether it's time to make a mid-course correction. Sometimes you even have to take a step backwards in a different place in order to move forward in your career. That's what happened to me when I chose to leave public accounting, even after achieving my goal of becoming a partner. I joined a health insurer, WellPoint, as its controller and chief accounting officer. My fellow partners warned me at the time that I was taking 2 steps back, but I knew I needed to build new skills to move forward in the private sector. It was a choice I never regretted. WellPoint grew from 2,000 employees to 45,000 12 years later and became a Fortune 50 company. I finished my career at WellPoint as the president of its specialty businesses. The company's success translated into my financial success as well. Not every opportunity turns out this way, but sometimes you need to take personal risk in order to make great leaps forward. I can't resist giving a few parting words of advice, so here it goes. As CEO of Me, you need to build your own brand. Your brand includes some of your most important assets, that being your reputation and personal integrity. These assets are built throughout your career, and I guarantee you they will be tested. What takes years to build could be lost in a moment by not acting with integrity. Remember, you're the one looking in the mirror every day. Do you like who you see? And here's some advice for our women graduates. Be yourself, and you do not have to ban bossy to get ahead. Sometimes bossy is good and even necessary. Don't be afraid to ask for a raise or a promotion. I never met a man who was shy or hesitant to ask me for a raise or promotion. But when you ask for that raise, you need to document your organizational accomplishments to be recognized and rewarded. My last piece of advice to women is to adopt my career mantra. Act like a lady, think like a man, and work like a dog. Lastly, for all the 2014 graduates, don't be afraid to take assignments on outside of your comfort zone, because this is the time you will become most creative. I believe that ideation flourishes best in uncharted waters. Also, ask others how you can help them be successful, as they will become your success. And as you move into leadership positions, don't be afraid to ask for help from either a coach, your peers, or your subordinates. I asked for Carl Schroeder's help, and it changed my life. So with your promotion today to CEO of Me, I ask you, no, I dare you to aim high. And like Archimedes, have the confidence that Golden Gate University provided you with the fulcrum and platform to get you where you want to be. Be proud of your accomplishment and your school today. Each one of you has invested in yourself by earning your degree from Golden Gate. Now it is time to put together your game plan to get a return on your investment. And when you reach your goals, celebrate your success, and always fondly remember and appreciate the family, friends, and institutions that helped you get there. Again, congratulations, and thank you, Golden Gate.
It's now my pleasure to do something very distinctive. Golden Gate University has approximately 70,000 alums. And each year we get to sort through all of that and to try to select one individual to receive an honorary doctorate. Today it's our pleasure to present the Honorary Doctorate of Letters to Louise Phanstiel.
So now